Hi, Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How is everybody post 11:11? Oh, we've got one flipped the wrong way there. Hope you're doing good. Now that energy did, yeah, it was a lot, right? And it had some of us crawling into our caves, into our shell, and spending some time in private contemplation to really allow these energies to do their thing, right? To move us, shape us, adjust us, and it's a process of surrender that really takes place. But then, post eclipse and post 11:11, we've got some integration work to do, which can take a couple of weeks. So let's have a look into what we look like post 11:11, and where I'm not going to linger too long. I feel like I just want to dive into these energies and see what's going on. So we'll read initially from the perspective of divine feminine, and then we'll look at divine masculine and throw some divine love oracle. We might even ask that same question as we did in the reading. We're specifically applying to how does the DMC, the DF, post 11:11. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see what these messages are. Righto, first one out, the Emperor, and then we've got what have we got next? The Knight of Swords, and then we've got, I think we had the Knight of Swords in there yesterday. Then we've got the World, then we've got the Death card, then we've got the Knight of Cups. Then we've got the likely outcome, the Two of Cups. Wow, post 11:11, divine feminine, feeling like a little bit like the romantic feelings are starting to rise again. I didn't want to call it out too soon, but it's like over the past couple of days, it really is hitting me hard of, like everything that's gone down, everything we've been through, and having those bubble love feelings rise up again. And that can feel a little inconvenient, can't it, when you're going through a process of separation, to I put one too many there, to have the bubble love feelings kick over again and not know what to do with them. So look, we've got the Lovers, the Sun, and the Queen of Wands. So the underlying energies are, look, the Lovers, it causes us to move through these journeys and to be challenged on so many different levels for the purpose of our ascension. So our Lovers card is that major arcana, or that major mystery that is pushing through. And what is this energy that no matter what you go through, you just can't shake these connections in the way that you might like to? And the push from the universe is a level of abundance, right, that the sun wants to shine. And it was interesting yesterday, like in the 11:11 energies, I actually got a little sunburnt because I just wanted to be out and feeling that energy of the sun, feeling that reinvigoration of that energy. I wanted to just have that boot of golden sunshine. And where we live here in Hervey Bay in Queensland, Australia, we've, it gets really hot in the summer, and even we're not even in the summer, and I was only out on the pier for about an hour and my shoulders got nicely touched up, but I really craved that warmth on my skin. I wanted to feel lit up that way, after having been through another round of feeling like separation was a challenge, and then going 11:11, what are you going to bring? What it's brought back is like the romantic feelings and not knowing what to do with them. So then we sit in the energy of the Queen of Wands, right, of going, well, I feel this burst of passion again, and now I don't know what to do with it because I'm in this battle between conflict and desire. So it creates an awkward situation where you haven't resolved the tension, but you don't know what to do with it in the same breath. So it's an interesting little mix there, because the push from the universe is to feel like we light up again around these connections, and to feel like the energy shifts around them. But the Queen of Wands comes through in a level that is, she goes after what she wants, for sure. She chases her passion, she chases her desires. But what do you do when you're in conflict with that scenario? It's a tough scenario to be in. I desire you and I'm in conflict with you. Come forward, go back. What am I supposed to do with this energy? I really don't know. So that's a really challenging place to sit in, when the sun is sitting on your shoulders, trying to, push this revitalization, that energetic new year that pushes you into a revitalized space, right? So what's the next level of energy? We've got the King of Pentacles, the Temperance card, and the Seven of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles really wants to take action. They really want to stabilize the situation, because our kings are leaders, aren't they? And Pentacles is settling things on the home front, or wanting to feel like there's a level of stability about the way that we go about our work. Now, that last lot of healing, growing, adjusting has left us with a brand new set of skills, hasn't it? Things that we've learned and grown through, things that we've come to understand. And now the push is on. And we had the King of Pentacles in our soul space. So it remains as an energy to want to get down to work and bring connections into balance. But we're sitting in the pre-harvest of this energy. So as yet, we don't feel the full effect of that energy. And it is an energy that's pushing up from underneath the reading. So it's like it's a force against us that hasn't essentially manifested as yet. It puts us in the pre-harvest by default. So the work that is taking place right now is designed to bring more balance to the situation, even if it's coming up in a feeling of conflict versus desire. We want to have, what's the remedy to that? What's the remedy to exploration of conflict and desire? It is getting to work on the things that we know evolve us through an ascension journey. Okay, pre-harvest energy. The push from the universe is the Emperor. Interesting energy against the divine feminine, right? Because the Emperor is, it's bossing up, isn't it? The universe wants us to boss up. Boss up into what? In the way we communicate. This idea of the Knight of Swords charges forward with an idea or an ideal. And here the Emperor speaks. If the Emperor is going to speak, it's going to have a level of articulation. That's not the level of a knight. An Emperor has a level of bossing up. So right now we must be very, very wary of the way that we're communicating. And if we're spruiking an ideal, we have to make sure that we're spruiking an ideal that we are educated on. This is an interesting energy, and we've got the world in the soul space here, because the past couple of weeks, it has been an elevation process. And, people in my close circle have been looking to me and literally machine gun questions about the way energy works, the way I understand life to work, the way I understand the afterlife to work. And I have felt like I've been answering like the Knight of Swords, just going da 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 da. And it's like you get me on this passion subject and I can't slow down. It's like I want to share what I know. I want to be helpful. I want to serve. I want to move in that realm. And to have the world in the soul space, it really does speak of the graduations that have taken place, and that we've come through such a massive cycle. And look at this, the challenge here is the death cycle, is the death card to go. And the death card is like, you've got the world and the death card here, divine feminine. So we are closing the door on that old cycle, having graduated into new levels of knowledge. The next round for us becomes leap of faith. We go back to the energy of the Fool and we start to move on to the next journey. But having the world there as what's in the soul space, it's a level of mastery. It's a tradesman who's got everything they need in their toolkit to be put on the spot and have answers to questions that the next round, the next generation are really looking to have clues on. And that might feel like it's an aside from the twin flame journey, but it's really not, because all of the things that we're learning as twin flames is actually designed to help the bulk of humanity. So when you get put in that scenario of going, talk to me of unconditional love, talk to me of forgiving, talk to me of attachment, talk to me of connection, talk to me of all these things that you've been put through that you know and understand, because I want to understand too. So it's this level of bossing up in what you know, and being fearless that everything that you've been through in the gauntlet that you've run puts you in a position to be able to speak confidently about your truth. The advice from the universe is the Knight of Cups, an offer of love. And we're getting closer and closer and closer to legitimate offers of love. Here's our Mr. Valentine's Day, right? Having the Knight of Cups there. And I see this as advice. I see it coming towards you, a genuine offer of love that is, it's heartfelt. I can't wait to dive into these masculine cards and see how they reflect. But that last cycle really wants to wrap up, and we need to move into Empress energy about all of the reasons that last cycle existed. We need to understand it and to be able to stand on that platform with confidence going, I know why that happened. Here's what I'm grateful for. Here's what I've learned. I'm ready for the next chapter to begin. And what comes in with that? The Knight of Cups. What is the likely outcome? Look at this. Look, you can't even. An offer of love, and the likely outcome is two soulmates come together. As simple as that. And these are the kinds of readings that we have been predicting the end of the year would look like. Let's have a look into Divine Masculine energy and see what's going on over there. Divine Masculine, what have we got for you? What have we got? What's going on in Divine Masculine land? Right, Divine Masculine, what's going on in your world? Oh, the world. The world comes in. And we've got the, see, look, holy dooly. Holy dooly, this is a reading. Holy dooly. Knight of Wands. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, just when I got so hopeful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Righto, let's have a look at this for a reading. Righto, what do we get? The World, the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Justice card, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Underneath the deck, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. The Two of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Queen of Pentacles. This as a push from the universe. This is single independent energy, and the Queen of Swords is here to cut away any crap because we are now moving into Queen of Cups energy with our Divine Masculines. Look at this. It's see, look, I'm just going to say Nine of Pentacles is a twin flame. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A Nine of Pentacles is like you've got everything that you need except your twin flame connection, right? Or except a love connection, except the thing that makes you feel whole and complete. And you won't be able to hold that connection if you do not understand what the process is about. And here, the Queen of Swords swings the sword and says, I refuse to accept any bullshit or any crap, anything that comes that's rubbish. I will sit in a very, very cerebral place and go, if it is not the truth of what's in my heart, what's in my how do I even phrase this? Because the Queen of Cups sits as the least toxic version of love that one human can feel for another, right? And in a twin flame connection, we love to see the Queen of Cups comes out. Now, the Queen of Swords exists to cut away anything. If there's any crap that exists in the doctrine around the way the Divine Masculine loves, this ideal is here to cut it away. Now here, they're going, I know something is missing in my life. I know my life is not complete. I can have the 9 out of the 10 pentacles, but my life will not be complete until I figure out what goes on with this Queen of Cups energy. Right, over here, let's move to the next level, an energy coming. And the Death card presents here too. Juggling ideals. Look, I've got, do I stay or do I go now? Is it conflict? Does it exist? Is this an exploration of conflict and desire? Going, I'm feeling the things that I'm feeling, but I sit in conflict with those ideals. The universe wants to put an end to sitting on the fence, going, do I stay or do I go? Do I move forward? Do I pull back? Am I twin flame? Am I not? Do I love this person? Do I not? There's all of this juggling. It's like, do I leave the current scenario I'm in? Do I move towards a new one? Who knows? But the Death card comes to signal this has to be the end of the chapter. It's like, let's put an end to the chapter where being unsure and being less deliberate has to end, because here we have the Queen of Pentacles and she's chosen a path to bring forward to this pre-Empress energy over here and go, let's complete the journey. I know that I have to be the one to put an end to the, to the what's this idea of push and pull or juggling or mixed messages. That's what I was trying to get to. I need to be the one who puts the end of this mixed message so I can bring the task to completion. The push from the universe is that energy of completion or that energy of graduation. The universe wants the divine masculine to have everything in his toolkit that is necessary to bring these unions about so that they can exist in the physical realm. Now, the world card is, like I say, it's a tradesman who's got all their tools, or a surgeon who's got everything they need to perform a surgery and graduates into the next version of the lesson, or who moves further along in mastery. But essentially it is a process of graduation. Here, the push in how they're moving through the universe is it's time to communicate. Post 11:11, there will be sort of a time where the energy has to settle or integrate. It doesn't necessarily happen for everybody. Oh, 11:11's happened, everything's changed. But the likely scenario is that divine masculine is going to begin to feel more communicative, and it will happen quickly. There will be action in the air quite quickly, because guess what? They're coming into a serious level of clarity and a serious level of focus in their soul space, which pushes them to a space of graduation, more understanding. But what's their challenge? How do I bring justice to the situation? If the scales have been out of balance, which over here it suggests we have had a bit of jostling back and forward, the challenge then becomes to go, how do I bring, and you've got, where's your Queen of Swords there too? Look, so here in the Justice card, look at this. You've got the Justice card as a challenge, and the push from the universe, you've got balance the scales or stop tipping them back and forth in a push-pull. We want them balanced. And the Queen of Swords sits in the other hand to cut away anything that feels like a mistruth. So if justice is a challenge, it's understanding what those forces are that sit in those scales. When you get justice in this scenario, you reap what you sow. So if what you've put into the ground, here's your sword of truth here, here's your level of understanding. They're coming into an understanding that they reap what they sow. So the situation that they're going through, it's of their own hand. They have caused their own version of grief. How do they bring it back into balance, back into justice? They need to swing the sword of truth. They need to open up about what their truth is and start to put into practice the processes of balancing the scales. When we sit in chaser energy towards a divine masculine, we're actually in a level of servitude, and nobody wants to be in servitude when it's out of balance. So if we are the ones always fueling the connection, putting all the energy in, and it's not coming back to us in a balanced way, then the sword of truth will swing and somebody will come up short. In this particular scenario, we're going, does divine masculine realize that his own actions has put him into a place of deficit, and you reap what you sow? Coming in as the Knight of Wands, the advice from that is to come in with, the Knight of Wands gets a bit of a bad rap, doesn't it? Like it can represent a level of player energy, or energy that doesn't stick around long enough to find out the scenario. But the other energy of the Knight of Wands is taking a chance, because he's brave, because he's not afraid to try. He might not be necessarily like savvy with the outcome, but at least he's going to attempt a resolution. Here is a Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Wands comes in, and I said this was an energy you would receive. The Knight of Wands comes in with desire in hand, trying to express what's happening, and delivering a Knight of Cups unto Divine Feminine. The likely outcome, though, is it puts them in a mental prison, because I don't think they know how to deliver justice in this situation. It's not an easy reconciliation. There's still work to go through. But keep following your feet, divine masculine. You are not in a cage. These swords here are not going to cut you if you keep following the divine. Don't look at the scenario. Don't feel bound by the scenario. Just feel where your feet are needing to go. And all of these swords, they look like they're sharp, they look like a prison, but it doesn't close you in. It doesn't close you in at all. You just have to start moving forward and following your feet, following this divine path. You don't need to feel like you're in a prison. You don't need to feel like you're held back. You don't need to feel trapped by your own thoughts. You just need to have your feet in the water, keep listening to the divine, and start moving towards making some kind of restitution so that this justice falls in your favor and not against you, because what you reap you sow. And that's a powerful message for anybody, whether you're masculine, feminine, or whatever. What you reap you sow, and it's powerful to understand. So let's put another layer on there and go, how is divine masculine seeing divine feminine post 11:11? What is the view they hold of divine feminine? So we've been adding this little extra layer in, just to sort of deepen the energy a little bit. Sees you as the Nine of Cups, sees you as the Seven of Wands, sees you as the Queen of Swords, sees you as the Five of Wands, sees you as the Five of Pentacles, sees you as Judgment. Okay, I'm not kidding when I say you reap what you sow, am I? Like going, the universe is saying, well, this is all your wishes come true. This is all your blessings. Look how your cup runneth over. So essentially, the Nine of Cups is, and I said, how are they seeing you? They're seeing you as their wishes granted, or their heart's desire. How are they seeing you show up in the world? As very defensive. Interesting energy, right, divine feminine? Are we being defensive? Are we being inflexible? Have we been hard to reach? Are they finding it hard to communicate their ideals and therefore see us as being defensive or hard to get, essentially like pushing back against them? In the soul space, are they seeing us as being cold and icy and not welcoming and warm? There's some tough energies, aren't they? They're going, I'm asking, how are we being seen? We're being seen as defensive, and we're being seen as less than welcoming, or we're cutting away. Oh, this is interesting, because you've got the Ace of Swords, and you're coming into understanding and you're coming into focus, and they're seeing the divine feminine as the one who wields the sword. So there's just no crap allowed, right? the Queen of Swords is not allowing the energy to move her out of her peace of mind. The challenge is not to have blocks in the connection. The Five of Wands, it's a I call it a pissy energy, because essentially it's arguing about who left the coffee pot on, right? So going, let's get defensive, let's get challenging, let's put blocks in between each other, let's decide who's at fault, let's have some kind of resistance to this energy, wanting to resolve. And he sees that as a challenge, that if a scenario is brought forward in your Queen of Swords energy, in your defensive energy, all that's going to do is cause a level of disruption or some kind of friction or resistance. How is he seeing you as advice from spirit? Is that he's going to be left out in the cold, or that you're going to keep him out in the cold, that as yet you're not welcoming to the idea of him coming forward. And the likely outcome is he sees you as being Judgment, right? Of going, if he stood up in your light right now, feeling like he might fall short or be left out in the cold. That message was not complex. This whole reading has not felt very complex. It's the energy. It wants to push forward. It wants to shift, evolve, adjust, definitely. The divine feminine is sitting in a role that, definitely has evolved. It feels strong. It feels capable. It feels like, she's got an answer for everything, right? And that can be intimidating energy, and to go, how do I bust through that veneer when I don't necessarily know that I will get what I want, that I can bring justice about to this scenario. So that's some interesting energy. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Divine Love Oracle and see if we can get another layer of clarification on that message. Because while it doesn't feel complex, it's very complex, isn't it? It just feels like the status quo of how separation works. And I feel like I've just delivered, like the chorus line for twin flames in separation. Divine feminine, learning, growing, moving forward. Divine masculine, figuring out that your divine feminine is your wishes coming true, but realizing that you've caused pain and grief and trouble, and how do you bring that connection forward? Divine feminine is just going to judge me. I don't know if I can come forward under that energy. I have to do some work on my ego. It's like it's like the script of the doctrine, and it's like I'm like, can we dive a little deeper than the surface on this one? Spirit, what have we got? Waking up, divine feminine, divine knowledge for the masculine, and they're essentially surrender. Wow, 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 wow. You know, like I was being a little bit flippant. I was being a little bit flippant in what I was saying, but look what we've got here. So divine feminine in waking up energy. Isn't that what I was just saying? Learning, growing, evolving out of the separation process. It's painful, it's frustrating, but I'm going to do everything I can to move through it, even on the worst of days. Here, divine knowledge. Look, we've got the divine masculine over here in the world. The push from the universe is to actually have levels of understanding with connection to divine knowledge. So these energies kind of, they're mirroring each other to a massive degree. In going divine feminine, you're waking up to the phase of ascension that you're in, and divine masculine, you're being endowed with divine knowledge. I feel like, I am going to post this reading, but I'm almost reluctant to, because I feel like I've just ripped a page out of Twin Flame Doctrine and gone, here, let me sing the chorus to you of what it is to be a twin flame. And the connection, again, it's like a page fresh out of Twin Flame Doctrine. The connection has to be surrendered into those higher frequencies. There's nothing complex about the way I'm reading this energy. Now, that might be the direct effect of having just been through the 1111 portal, right? So 1111 portal aligns with twin flames directly. So for twins to be sitting in a happy energetic new year, you're getting fed a page of Twin Flame Doctrine 101, and the complexities of the energy are, why don't you just go and read anybody's webpage anywhere that says that twin flames come together, break up, learn lessons, learn about each other, learn about themselves, till they move into a place of where they both have knowledge, they both hold the frequency, they surrender, and the connection comes together. Oh my gosh, I will post it, but it's like I feel like I hope this serves somebody, because I don't think there's nothing new, there's nothing challenging about the way this energy reads. It's kind of like Groundhog Day, or we're on the surface of the energy. Now, I can see that a couple of ways, in that the energy that we're in is meant to be integrating, it's meant to be dust settling. And essentially, what this reading is saying is going, this is what everybody knows to be true, that twin flames separate, they come back together. Is the energy coming back towards the divine feminine? Of course it is. It always is, until they're properly in union and walking together. So essentially, I could give you the what is it, the I don't know what I want to say, generic. I can give you the generic, what every reader ever says about twin flames. Divine feminine, your divine masculine is coming back. He's going to offer you a cup of love and realize that you were his wishes come true this whole time, and he's learnt and he's grown and he's healed from everything that he's been through, and you're going to end up together in a beautiful connection of bubble love moving forward. Story done, dusted, box and dice. Now, it comes with a cautionary warning, and it must. There must be a reason why they're giving us such a vanilla reading tonight. And I would suggest what it is, again, it's an integration energy, but be careful not to rest on your laurels of the doctrine. Like, honestly, what I was talking about the other day with energy crystallizing is like, if we only sing the chorus of a song, we never actually get to play music. So in that process, we're going, both of us need to make sure we don't get stuck on the chorus. That is that vanilla twin flame doctrine that doesn't have any depth or true complexity or meaning, that is devoid of divine knowledge. So we really have to make sure that we are surrendering into something deeper than just the chorus of twin flame doctrine. I'm not going to extend this reading beyond this point. It's very vanilla, it's very generic, it's very torn out of any webpage you ever read about twin flames. Process it the way that you need to. It's integration energy. Maybe we need a reminder of the basis of the doctrine. I'm gonna let that energy sink in with me for a little bit, and be decisive in going, righto, I'm going to take the lesson for what it is and continue to march on my journey as a twin flame on a soul ascension process. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. In faith, hope, and love, it's bye from me for now.